Welcome, everyone, once again to another episode of the NOC, or the Nerd Out Cast.
Knock. Knock.
We like to call it the knock.
Yeah,
Hey,
we
knock,
do.
Knock.
Before we go too far,
What?
let's run around the table right quick, let everybody know who's here. That would be to my immediate left.
Wait, we always go the other way, though.
I know, but for some reason you got out of sync there.
She's so loud.
All right, so
Wait, which one of us?
Ricky. I
What?
don't know why.
because I'm loud.
You've got the microphone in your mouth right now.
Yeah.
All right, then.
All right, yeah.
Let's go to
All
my
right.
right then. Start on my right.
Okay. Scaff. The Ginger Ninja.
Oh, yeah.
The Rev.
Rick the trash man.
Taking
Well, you weren't done.
Taking
My bad.
out the trash.
What?
Taking
He
out
walked
the
over
trash.
here.
The trash is
Taking
out.
out the
He
trash.
picked it up and
Taking
put
out the
it in
trash.
his
Taking out the
truck.
trash.
Did you
Taking
say
out the
yours already?
trash.
No.
Okay, and
Wait.
Shannon Tech.
Shantek.
Shantek. Shantek.
How's everyone doing? Hoping you're had a great week, and you should hopefully be downloading this on April. Oh, help me out. What is
Third?
this? April 3rd.
Third.
Hopefully, or maybe
Trace.
it's automatically downloaded your phone or electronic device.
Which is what we hope happens.
Yes, it's easy that way. Just go ahead and
it
you
is.
sign
It's-
up, you subscribe.
Just
It's
subscribe.
easier. Subscribe. Just take the leap.
Yes, we had one
You will not
person
regret
download
the
it last
fun
week.
you will
That's pretty
have.
good.
We had more.
From zero.
Yeah,
The
we had
last-
from 0 to 1. And it was you, Rick.
It was
Yeah.
me, yeah.
You were the only one.
We
That's
downloaded a
great.
total of 4 times last week, our highest yet, which means we all downloaded the podcast. Listened to
That's
ourselves.
great.
If we actually charged Rick for every time he downloaded,
Yeah.
we could have some money to pay for this.
Rick's going to be our first monetary subscriber.
Yes, I am. Not
That's
only am I
hilarious.
a customer, but I'm also a client.
Oh my goodness. So what have we done this week?
Wait, ain't that
guys?
the same thing?
Not a lot.
I never made it to the theater.
Did not watch a movie again.
Me neither.
Me neither.
Man.
I built a table.
Taking a little short break before the craziness hits.
Yeah, May. It's going to be
Yeah.
insane in the membrane.
Insane in the brain.
Is that
Sorry, I love that
that
song.
should be a song.
It is a song. No,
Oh,
wait.
okay. Man, I wish I knew how to operate my iPad.
What?
Played some Battlefield 1 over the
Yeah.
weekend.
Oh, how'd that
Oh.
work out for you?
Played with, they had where you could play with dice, the makers of the game.
Oh.
So that was a
I
lot of
thought
fun.
he meant the
Really?
comedian.
Played with the new DLC, the new maps and new weapons.
DLC.
So
Yeah. Andrew Dice Clay and DLC.
Yeah.
Was there anybody cheating?
Is that like a new
No,
version
I
of
don't
Run
think so.
DMC?
Yeah.
shout out to Nathan. He was the only one that played with me.
All right, Nathan.
Nathan.
Way to go.
Booyah.
So
Hope you're listening.
he probably is. I hope so.
And shout out to Aaron Wagner. He's the only one that listens to it and then complains about it.
Yes, Aaron. Hey, we like feedback, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we
Even
do
if
need
it's
feedback.
negative.
We are growing this podcast with you all.
Nerdoutcast4@gmail.com. Give us some feedback.
Yeah,
Give us some
please
emails.
give us some.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, okay.
You crazy Puerto Rican.
I have nothing else to do.
We have no control over what happens there.
No, none at all.
Huh.
So yeah, that's what I did. Played the new maps are really cool. They're a lot of fun.
Are they worth it?
Yeah, but DICE and EA did announce that anybody
Where are
with
these
premium. It's not any news that I had.
This is just
but
what he did over the weekend.
It's just
pre-news.
what I did over the
Okay,
weekend.
pre-news.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pre-news.
It's pre-news.
So they announced that anybody who has
It's pre-certified.
premium can let their friends, if they're in the party, use their premium as well. So they
Gosh.
kind of can share
So-
the DLC.
So if
and
like you have a poor friend or a friend that has kids and can't afford these premium
Like some people
packages,
here at this table.
like maybe somebody at this table, that person can now piggyback on your account. Is that what you're saying?
yes.
Okay. Just clarifying that.
I'm looking it up right now because I want to explain what they...
Pretty cool.
It's nice.
So this is on
Says the
Games
man
Radar.
that never plays games.
I do just. not
If
those.
you or one of your buddies owns the pass, premium pass, your party should automatically become premium enabled. It doesn't give the whole party complete access, however. There are still some restrictions for players who don't personally own the Premium Pass. You can't earn XP from the DLC maps. You can't spawn into the match with weapons or vehicles that were added as part of the expansion, and you won't gain progress toward any medals or codexes introduced in the expansion. So basically, they want friends to be able to play together. So
Well,
and they don't want Premium to keep that from happening.
from excluding the poor people out there that have kids and
exactly,
can't afford it.
exactly.
I mean, that's
and then
totally
it might entice you to buy it.
I mean, everyone wants
Sure.
friends to play with each other. That's
Yeah.
what friends are for.
That's what friends
It's all
be
it's
for.
like turned into a after school
Special.
Yeah. Here. Don't do
Yeah,
drugs.
school
drugs
rock.
are bad.
And
So
knowing
that
it's
is-
half the battle.
So that's what I did this weekend.
Ah,
That's
okay.
pretty cool.
I did go by the Think Geek store, the brand new Think Geek
Oh, I did
store
too.
in Bloomington.
How was that?
I enjoyed it. I
Yeah.
didn't walk away with anything in my hands. There
didn't
wasn't
either.
anything at that moment that I
Yeah.
had to have, but it's pretty neat.
It is neat. There was a lot of people buying stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was glad to see
It
that.
seems like it's doing well.
Well, so it's got an audience up there, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
The store was packed when I went in there.
Was there any good people watching?
Huh?
People watching, like
Oh,
funny,
yeah.
funny
Yeah.
looking people.
Yeah.
That's great. I
Yeah,
love
and
that.
what's interesting is, I mean, everybody knows me here at this table. I'm a huge extrovert.
Huge.
Huge.
So I went in there with my daughter Sydney, and
Who is also a huge extrovert.
huge extrovert. But we are both very nerdy, so we went to our sections, the Doctor Who section. We walked around the whole thing, and the people that come into there are extroverts, and so there was this guy who was telling us all about Ravenclaw and how he was in a Ravenclaw, and Sydney was in Ravenclaw, so he was trying to have this big conversation. He went to everybody in the store talking about this, and like I would have a conversation with a guy working, and he would pop on in and go, "I'm Ravenclaw," just like out of the blue,
Oh my gosh.
and I'm like, "Oh my
Wow.
gosh!" I
Was
left
he-
shortly after, but it was still a really cool store.
Yeah, grab your kids and go.
Yeah, hide your
Yeah.
kids, hide your
Was
wife.
he serious? I mean, he's
He was just really happy to be in there. He was so excited that there was a store like this, and he was having like the workers put stuff at the cash register for him that he's going to buy. He was just
Jeez,
really
man.
happy to be a nerd and be in there.
Is it like
That's
FYE?
awesome.
It's smaller,
Smaller than FYE?
but it has more collectible stuff though, like stuff that you wouldn't find at any other store.
Because
Some.
I like those Diamond Select piggy banks. They have like Star Trek and Ghostbusters and Star Wars.
a piggy bank. What do you do with that?
They have some pretty decent.
I don't
Deals
put money
in
in them. I just collect them.
Oh, okay.
I don't have money to put in them anyway, so.
Something else happened over the weekend.
What?
Oh, yeah?
What?
What'd that
We
be?
celebrated Shannon's birthday.
Oh,
Booyah!
that's-
Yeah, happy
Shantech
birthday.
41.
Let's talk about that.
Shannon, 41.
Shantech 41.
Hey, he's out of the Nexus group now.
411.
That is true.
Are you out of Nexus?
No, I'm grandfathered in.
Yeah, his grandfather did.
I married a young
How
man,
many?
so-
How many years you still have?
3, I think.
Yeah.
Man, you're good.
I can't say
I'm
much 'cause I'm
38. I'm
that
I'm
far
out the
behind.
door. I'm almost.
No. Hey, I'm winning the game. Every year that goes by, I consider myself a winner.
There you
The
go.
alternative is
A loser, and
Yeah.
nobody likes that.
Yeah, don't be a loser. But just talking about being old, I literally pulled a muscle today.
In his ear.
No,
Close.
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 Yeah, actually, yeah, it goes in my playing the piano. I have now pinched a nerve this morning, and it goes all the way down my leg, up my neck, down my left arm, and I did it when I was trying to put my inner ears in. right before we started this morning, I was in so much pain through like those first 2 songs.
Are you kidding me?
Oh man, it was.
That's great.
I actually thought like they really don't need me. Anyway, sorry. Side note. And I'm the whole time like, yeah, I'm getting old.
Wow.
That's great, man.
It feels okay now.
Did you stretch before
I
playing?
didn't. But
You might have to.
You're gonna see.
Yeah,
me.
you're
I'm gonna
gonna-
be up there now. Yeah. Good. Oh man, just talking about it's getting.
Wow.
Anyway,
Put your sweatband on
But-
and
I had
stuff.
no idea that happened.
When we were celebrating your birthday, we played a really cool game.
oh yeah,
Really
So
fun
talk
game.
about that a little bit.
it was different. It was different.
Yeah.
We ordered a game called and this was by somebody else told me about it, so we decided we'd give it a try. Board games are something we kind of like to do every once in a while. It's called Secret Hitler, and it's more of a what genre do they classify that as? It's like
A game.
data gathering. A game. There it is. It's like the old mafia game where you just kind of sit in a circle. Everybody puts their head down. So many people are within mafia. So many people are not. But this goes a little bit deeper into it with having fascist people and liberal people trying to overthrow overthrow Hitler. Anyway,
passing certain policies, liberal policies,
yes.
and fascist policies.
And there's a lot of arguing, bickering, lying. A lot of lying. You'll question your friendship with certain people through this game.
And your marriage.
And your marriage.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, my wife lied to me
Played
so
him
much.
hard.
I mean, I slept on the sofa last night because
A lot of counseling sessions have been scheduled for this week.
man. But anyway, give it a.
Oh, Ricky, how'd you like it? Oh, yeah. You
I
didn't
forgot
show
about
up.
it, man. I'm sorry.
You
Hey.
forgot about Shannon's birthday?
Yeah, I really did. I was busy with the girls.
Guess what list you're on now?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just made my own list.
Oh boy, I'm sorry. I owe you next year.
Now,
Okay,
now
I'll be
it's a
there.
bonfire and a birthday party.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the pancake. Don't forget the pancake.
And the
3.
pancakes.
You have more on your
Yeah.
list than Shannon has movies on his.
Man,
No. I have the list
You're
there.
getting there.
I haven't added anything to the list for a while.
I built a table and a bench.
Yeah. You're
How'd
like
that go?
a regular Bob
Anyways,
Dylan.
it looks really cool.
You got any pictures?
Actually, I do.
We'll post
I'll
on
post
Facebook
them on
page.
the Nerd Outcast.
There you go.
There we go.
So the listeners will have to go to the page to look at my table.
Heck yeah.
Oh,
And-
yeah. Get some traffic going.
And if you'd
Yeah.
like to purchase a table made by Rick,
yeah.
600.
by the time
$670 bucks.
by the time he puts 40 hours into it and ships it to your
Plus
house, it'll be
$300
Man.
shipping.
maybe $3,000.
I have killer allergies from all the dust and stuff in my house right now.
But it's worth it, right?
Yeah, it was worth
Yeah.
it. The girls painted it, and they did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And that comment
I
was
love
not
you.
dripping
I
with
love you,
sarcasm.
girls.
Yeah.
They listened to the podcast. They asked me, "Oh, play the podcast." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
You
So
wanna
I
know
had
who-
to listen to it.
Or do you want to know who my family asked for it?
Oh, boy.
Nobody.
Nobody.
That's
That's like
great.
That's, yeah.
Daddy, what'd you do last night? I was doing a podcast
I-
right here. No.
Well, I kind of forced them to listen to it because they're little, so they got used to it, and now they like it.
Yeah. I get
Yeah.
no interest. All right. Well, cool. So no one went to the theater. No one saw any
No.
movies.
They'll probably pick up here.
You want to go ahead and move into the next segment here?
Certified fresh news. Yeah.
There we go. We all know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. Time for a little certified fresh news.
Booyah.
What?
Beautiful.
The fading was
I'm good
awesome.
at fading it away.
They are, yeah, cool.
Who wants
Oh,
to
yeah.
start?
I'll start.
Go, Rick.
I have some.
Certified fresh news.
I have some awesome news.
Is it-
Forget Daredevil, Jessica Jones, all these Netflix shows. The real Ghostbusters, the cartoons, are
Booyah.
on Netflix now, all seasons.
There's some killer cartoons on Netflix.
Yeah.
Hey, did you see what
No.
else is on there?
Voltron's
I
on
Yeah,
there.
I was just
Yeah,
going to say
Voltron's
that.
on
The
there,
old
He-Man.
Voltron.
Yeah.
The old Voltron is on
1985.
He-Man season 1's on
He-Man's
there.
on there. I love that show. My
forgot about
kids love
Voltron.
it.
Voltron, it's the 15 episodes picked by the actors and the creators of the show from
So not the entire series.
Yeah.
Just kind of
Oh,
like
okay.
the best. Oh, that's fine. I'll,
Yeah.
I'll be
It's-
happy
it's
with that.
good.
So it's like
It's
a
good.
greatest hits.
Yeah.
That's
She-Ra's on there too, which my girls watch She-Ra. So
She-Ra?
yeah, She-Ra. It's the same thing, but
Yeah.
It's kind of like Sharzan the
You-
Sensible.
You need to watch
Can't be that
She-Ra
good.
and He-Man the Christmas special if you really want a wild ride.
horrible.
It's really good.
Horrible. All right, so anyway,
It's on
so
YouTube. Look at that.
I got some news for y'all.
Yo.
December 20th, 2019, Wicked hits theaters, which is the story of the Wicked Witch, yakety yak.
Like movie
Basi-
theaters.
Yep.
Like
movie
is that
theaters.
Disney?
No, it's not Disney.
Yeah.
Like the Wicked Witch.
Yeah, the
From
Wicked
Dorothy?
Well, it's a
Yeah,
it's a
Wicked
very
Witch
popular play.
of the West. So they're gonna show how Oz framed her and
Yeah.
whatever.
Hmm.
No,
That's
she's
it,
not
I'm
really a bad person. She just
something like that. Potato.
kind of
So-
like Magnificent.
Guess
Wait.
what movie came in
Maleficent.
first
Maleficent.
place?
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Guess what movie is in first place this week?
Baby Boss.
Yeah, Boss Baby.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Yes.
49 million.
49 mil.
Number
my
2,
gosh.
Beauty and the Beast. 47 million.
Yeah.
It's at 395 right
Yeah,
now. though.
BB still had a strong
Crazy.
weekend.
That's
I mean,
crazy, man.
Boss Baby only beat it by 1.5 million.
Right.
And that could change by tomorrow once the actuals.
That is true.
Yeah, Ghost in the Shell, 19 mil.
Yeah,
Came in at
that's
number
not a good
3.
opening weekend for
No,
Ghost in the
not
Shell.
for Ghost in the
so-
Shell.
It had a $110 million budget.
Big drop for
Power
yeah,
Rangers.
big drop for the Rangers.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, so
But it's got 65 mil it's recouped so far. That's just domestic, so.
that's not bad.
Is that,
So I got
yeah.
some DVD news for you guys,
go for it.
or whatever format you guys use.
Blu-ray.
digital.
I mostly use digital myself.
I kind of like
We
the
know.
beta.
So April 18th, Split. We saw that together.
Oh,
didn't we?
yeah.
Yeah.
Us three saw it.
Yeah,
I saw it. I was there.
I'm just-
That was one I
that
actually
comes
saw.
out for
That is
digital.
one that he actually went and
download this
seen.
Tuesday.
yeah, it's a good movie, man.
Yeah,
He
it
did
is.
a good job, man. It was
Shannon, you
he's-
got to see this, man. It's still.
he was there.
I was there. I swear I was there.
So
You sure?
oh wait, I said this
What
back.
my
about
gosh.
Shannon? No, don't.
Don't spoil it.
Don't spoil
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Don't see it yet.
Well, I said this backwards.
My wife hasn't seen it, but yeah, she's not listening to this.
Yeah, so it don't really matter. So my wife, she's not listening either because I don't have one. Anyways, April 11th, Fantastic Beast, that's a good movie, man. That's a
Yeah.
cool movie.
Already bought it.
man.
Yeah, I already bought it
Digital
too.
download.
DVD.
I bought it on
That's for
Blu-ray.
the other people, for the listeners that don't download stuff.
Oh, okay.
Comes out in May.
Bought
on
it
VHS.
on
And I
Blu-ray.
And not only that, but I couldn't find any other cool news that I cared about. So, and April 11th, Hidden Figures with the
I need to
Massa
watch
movie.
that. I heard it was
I
really
need to
good.
watch it too.
That looks like a pretty good movie. I haven't seen it yet.
Everyone says that it's good. I mean, it was up for awards. I
Yeah.
don't know if it won
made a lot of
anything.
money.
Did make a lot of money.
Yeah.
So that's it for me. I'm done.
Cool.
Short and
Right
sweet,
on.
like always.
Yeah.
Well, I just have one. Mine will be short and sweet as well. Saving all my good stuff for the main event. Despite scathing reviews, Netflix's Marvel's Iron Fist has managed to earn an accolade which indicates the reviews had little impact on enthusiasm for the show.
What?
Listen to this.
Lay it on me.
The fourth of Marvel Netflix's superhero drama was the most binge-watched show of 2017 so
man.
far, according to data research firm Seven Park Data. Shout out to our boys and girls, Seven Park Data.
Yep.
We don't know you. The analysts measure number of streams on subscription video services and found that, this is a crazy number compared to what it should be, and found that 54.7% of Iron Fist streams on the premiere date were of episodes 3 or higher on the night it was released. The average hour-long show on Netflix has a binge score of 46.9%, and Iron Fist was 54.7%.
Wow.
So Iron Fist accounted for 14.6% of all Netflix streams on March 17th alone.
Gosh.
The highest
That's-
percentage of any
That's
series
pretty good.
premiere, topping Luke Cage at 12.8% and topping Marvel's Daredevil Season 2 at 13.8%.
Wow.
Wow.
I did not see that coming.
No.
No, I didn't either. It's really good though.
And I still actually today I watched episode 7. So I'm only about halfway through, and it just keeps getting better. I mean, episode 7 was great.
Guess what episode I'm in?
One.
Yep, still on one.
Dude.
I finished it. But
You need to watch it.
We've chatted about that,
I
right?
need to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, now that once we get through it, I think
Yeah.
we should probably talk about it again.
Yeah.
Because we just kind of talked about like the first 1 or 2 episodes and our general thoughts.
Yeah.
2 of us at the table. You guys are through it, right?
I finished.
Yeah. Steve and Scalf
I'm
are already through it.
almost finished.
Oh.
I'm right at the end.
So only one of us is finished. Okay. Eventually, we'll all get through it. Or at least 3 of us will,
Yeah.
and then we'll just tell Rick all about it.
Yeah.
Because
he's going to make tables.
Yeah. Oh.
You gotta tighten this. Yeah.
A little bit of technical difficulty here.
That's great. I'm back, everybody. I'm back.
Scalp, what do you got for us?
I'm trying to decide real quick
Oh,
how I want
man.
to do this.
You've had days to prep for the show.
Hey,
All right. So, rumor, which we don't normally talk about or speculate
What?
on rumors or anything like that.
Is it? Woo.
Rumor: Obi-Wan
that song.
Kenobi solo movie could get announced at Star Wars Celebration.
there we go.
Booyah!
There we go.
This is from. Crap, where's this
I've been waiting for that.
This is from Crap.
What website is that? Crap, where's it at? That's what he said. Crap, where's it at? That
I gotta edit that out.
I think it's from comicbook.com.
From rumors.com.
I believe, yeah, it's comicbook.com.
Oh yeah.
So this comes from
One of my
comicbook.com. The long-rumored Obi-Wan Kenobi Star Wars story film starring Ewan McGregor could become a reality soon, according to Star Wars News Net. In a rundown of recent rumors, conjecture, and behind-the-scenes scuttlebutt, the site claims that the film could be announced as early as Star Wars Celebration.
Oh, please.
They claim that Rogue One director Gareth Edwards, who has expressed an interest in doing such a film in the past, is likely in line to direct
please.
it. After he takes a break, doing Godzilla and Star Wars movies back-to-back will take something out of you.
Oh, man.
With a different crew of writers and producers than the ones that worked on Rogue One. The film would purportedly be set between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope, allowing McGregor to fill in some of the gaps of what
Yes.
Obi-Wan did in the time between when he was one of the last surviving Jedi
Yes.
and when he was a hermit hanging out on Tatooine. Site source claims that there were materials produced in conjunction with Celebration in Orlando that suggest an Obi-Wan project could be announced. There had been rumors that the character would not get a solo movie until after Episode 9, as Disney might not be done with him in the Skywalker Saga films, but he's been appearing on Star Wars Rebels this season, so it's hard to know whether those two ideas are contradictory. For his part, McGregor has frequently said that he'd be up for it if the script were right and...
If the script,
He's doing it.
he would do it.
Oh, yeah.
So...
They could hand him a script where
Yeah.
Obi-Wan was playing like bingo for an hour and
the
a
whole
half.
hour. Yeah, he would do it.
All right, number
So-
2.
And it
Yeah.
would be great. And I'd watch it.
He'll play bingo.
Wait, is this still Star
from
Wars
a certain
related?
point of view.
Something just occurred to me when you were talking about that. The whole timeline here, they're talking about, of course, man, you could have Obi-Wan make a guest appearance in this new Han Solo movie.
Technically, yeah.
Technically.
It all is,
Yeah.
maybe they ran into each other at an
Well,
earlier point.
We do know... Well, it does seem like in A New Hope that when Obi-Wan is talking to Chewbacca, it seems like he knows him.
Did you call him Chewbacca?
I did at first.
Chewbacca.
I did at first.
That's great. He's the chosen one. the
But
real
it
chosen
almost
one.
seems like that he's talked
See
to
what I
him
did
before
there?
in the past.
Yeah, it's
you
like
know?
he knew to go to the
Yeah.
cantina
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
he knew they were going to be there.
makes
It's like,
sense.
I think we just uncovered something here.
But maybe he don't know Han because remember Han is like, where you dig up this old fossil?
Well, yeah, but he doesn't.
So he
have a
probably
good
did
memory.
know Chewbacca, but Chewbacca
You know
didn't.
what?
Yeah.
Chewbacca-
Obi-Wan did the mind wipe.
Is keeping secrets from Solo.
Chewbacca is close friends with Yoda, too. So
Yeah.
That's
So,
true.
there's that as well.
Mind
All
wipe.
right, number 2. Hayden Christensen. This might bring up some discussion that I talked with Rick about earlier. Hayden
I
Christensen
don't-
to appear
I
at
can handle that
Celebration
anymore.
for the first time in 15 years. After helping George Lucas bring Anakin Skywalker... This is also from comicbook.com. After helping George Lucas bring Anakin Skywalker's descent from Jedi to Sith Lord over the course of 2 Star Wars prequels, actor Hayden Christensen is returning to Celebration. The actor who played the older version of Anakin in the prequel trilogy makes his first appearance at the event since 2002, right around when his first Star Wars film was released. Now, 15 years later, Christensen is making an appearance at Star Wars Celebration 2017 alongside series stars such as Mark Hamill, Billy D. Williams, and Peter Mayhew. Ian McDiarmid, who portrayed Emperor Palpatine, aka Darth Sidious, will also be in attendance, reuniting the Master with his apprentice. Many of these actors are scheduled to participate in a panel commemorating the 40th anniversary of the Star Wars franchise. Blah, 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 blah. The official announcement for his appearance at Celebration states that the actor will be meeting with fans and signing autographs at the show. So, they announced that you could sign up for autographs. It was going to be $130. Same day, they sold out
Wow.
to see Hayden Christensen
In
get
one
his
day.
autograph. Yeah. So, this brings me to a certain discussion. Do you think this is Hayden Christensen's return to Star Wars?
Rick, what do you think?
I am on like a yes or no basis. Because
Like, there's rumors that they're working on a Darth Vader movie for Hayden Christensen, or with Hayden Christensen starring in it, and there's rumors that he's going to be in Episode 8.
right. So like my thing is, as a Force Ghost, yes. As Vader, not really, because he's under an outfit anyway, so you're not gonna see
Right.
his face. But
Unless
as a
they
Force
take
Ghost,
unless they take his mask off.
unless he's like in the tank or whatever,
Yeah.
or in his meditation chamber. So notice how I'm like serious when I talk about Vader, but everything else is like a joke. But yeah, that's what I think. So as a Force Ghost, yes. As Vader,
Man.
they can always
So-
do like behind shots from.
I'm really hoping to see him as a Force Ghost in Episode 8. And something, I'm not sure if it's something that I've heard or if it's something I came up with, but
Maybe the Force.
I think it was the former. I think it was something
the Force
that I
put
heard.
it in you while you were sleeping.
But what do you
Schwartz.
guys think of the idea? Rick loves it. Of the idea, since he's the chosen one, if Anakin is still struggling between the light side and the dark side within the Force.
Wait, hold on. Am I the only one that's mind boggled about this? Because that's crazy.
I didn't think
You
you,
know
could
what?
be boggled.
What if he's training Luke and Ben, aka Kylo, like at the same time, but they don't know it and something? I don't know. That's,
Or even if he's training Luke to train him to
to train Rey. No,
no to withhold the tempting of the dark side. Like he's using the dark side to train Luke so that he can not be tempted by the dark side.
could we have another purple lightsaber? Red and blue? Dark
So-
and
Blue
light?
and white, like America.
I mean, is it
Am I,
like possible? I know that's kind of a stupid question to ask.
You mean
sci-fi.
training old Luke
Yes.
old
as
Luke.
a Force Ghost?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I thought it would be really cool if he was as Anakin within the Force, still struggling with between the light side and the dark side.
I mean, I think it's a great theory or whatever. I love it. These two, not so much, but
I just can't.
they don't really care. But
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's
definitely
great.
care. I got to think about that. I mean, I think it's it'd be a really neat take
Yeah.
on that because I mean, we don't know. I mean, at least if you just watched the movies, haven't read any books or anything, the Force Ghost side of thing has been explored some, but not to a huge extent.
Right.
So there probably would be some great way to to look at that to provide some.
Yeah, I mean, I've even heard that Frank Oz has filmed as Yoda for
I've heard that. Yeah, I saw that too.
Episode 8.
Yep.
So it definitely seems like we might get some more
Yeah.
Force ghosts. And something that's cool is this is kind of going on a tangent, but if you watch the original trilogy and you see you can actually see the transgression.
Transfiguration.
No. Not really transformation, but anyways, you can, so like in episode 4 when Obi-Wan dies, he's just a voice to Luke. And then as Luke gets more into the Force and gets trained as a Jedi, Obi-Wan's figure becomes more and more
right.
real to him. Like, and he's
And it's
practically
clearer too in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, he's practically full body figure there.
So
in
is that
Return of the Jedi.
on Luke or is that on Obi-Wan? So it's on Luke then.
Exactly.
So he's stronger with the Force.
He's
so
stronger in the
Obi-Wan is-
Force. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I still
And
don't get
so-
why he's hiding behind the trees if you're a Force ghost.
Well, because yeah.
And so in episode 8, with him being so strong in the Force, they would be practically
Yeah,
there. So
that's
that'd be
kind
cool
of
too.
cool.
So yeah.
Is this
Kind of
gonna
like
create-
like signs, not signs. Kind of like a Sixth Sense. Like he's actually
Yeah.
Yeah.
that would be super.
Bruce Willis, I heard,
that's-
is playing Anakin.
That would be super cool.
What were you gonna say,
So,
Shane?
will this create any type of a rebellion from Star Wars nerds across?
I don't
this
think
world?
so.
I
I think
mean-
the Star Wars nerds want to see more of the Force. They
But I
want
mean,
to
this
see.
isn't- This
them
isn't
going-
such a. I mean, sometimes if you want to stretch kind of like what people understand, the first thing they want to do is like reject it and.
Well, Disney
I don't like those nerds.
Disney kind of wiped the slate clean when they took over,
Yeah.
as far as the EU goes. So there's really not anything in the EU right now as far as how the Force works and Force ghosts and all that stuff.
Yeah. I say go for it.
Like even in the book Kenobi, which is not technically canon yet,
Right.
I think it should be.
Yeah.
Part of what Kenobi did while in isolation was work on that aspect because he wanted to develop a relationship still with
Right.
Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
So I mean, he spent time in that book doing that.
Maybe we'll stop it.
Dude, that'd
maybe,
be great.
Maybe we'll see more Liam Neeson too. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit your screen.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal.
I have these skills and I know how to use them.
So yeah, it'd be cool to see more Qui-Gon too. That'd be interesting.
I like him.
Oh yeah. Wow, that was a
That was pretty deep. I love that.
Yeah.
Hey, can you run through the whole Padme and thing real quick? I know it has nothing to
What
do
is
with
it?
anything.
What?
Padme dying and
Oh,
Vader coming to life.
so
I
what do
love
you
that.
guys think about this theory?
I like it.
At the end of
Sorry.
Revenge of the Sith, that as Padme was dying, since they couldn't figure out why she was dying, what about that Sidious was stealing her life force and putting it, he was at the height of his
I
power.
heard this one.
Sidious was stealing her life force and putting it into Darth Vader. And so as she takes her last breath, Vader takes his first breath. So what do you guys think about that?
That's pretty cool.
Dude, that's like the coolest thing I've ever heard.
But is that part of his repertoire? I mean, is that something he can actually do, or is that something they'd have to
He
make
can do
up?
anything.
Well, he can't
do
for
anything.
one, he's the Dark Lord. I mean, he is the Sith. I mean, he's like the Sith master. So at this moment, he's been building up the dark side throughout episodes 1 and 2, and then at 3, he is at his full power. He is at his full strength. He could sense where Vader was from across the galaxy. What is that?
Oh.
And so, yeah, I think that is something that the Sith can do, is being able to steal life force from someone else.
I mean, it actually fits. I mean, if you look at the very end of Revenge of the Sith, I mean, she does pretty much pass simultaneously as Anakin turns into Darth Vader, right? Am I remembering that correctly?
Yeah, you are. Yeah, she takes her last breath, and then Vader takes his first breath.
So the timeline works. It
Yeah.
syncs okay. Yeah, I'm all right with
and
that.
they can't the robots can't sense the Force, so they can't figure out why she's dying and all that stuff. So, and the dark side clouds everything. So that's another reason why Obi-Wan and Yoda wouldn't have been able to sense what was going on either. So,
All prequel
So
stuff.
it didn't have anything with her just not having the will to live because of what.
why
Anakin-
wouldn't she have the will to live if she's giving birth to her
Yeah,
kids?
she's like
I
a
don't
warrior
know,
and
you
stuff.
know, I mean, sometimes women can be selfish. I don't.
That's why we don't have women listening.
We can edit that out.
Her
right? We
character wasn't selfish though.
No,
She was.
and she was a bad to the bone.
She knew she couldn't be
Oh.
with him anymore, though. Yeah, I don't know.
The prequels are so underrated, man. I think they're great.
Yeah, me too.
Revenge of the Sith. I watched that not too long ago.
Nathan hates them.
good.
My cousin Nathan hates
Yeah.
them. So
And I can get on board with 1 and 2, but 3 is so good.
3 is
Yeah.
excellent.
Yeah, it's
And
fantastic.
actually, 1 and 2 aren't terrible.
no, there's
they're
parts
good.
I love of both of them.
Yeah,
They're great. I love
I-
them.
There's parts that I don't.
yeah.
Okie day.
And the
Yeah. Yeah.
I love battle droids, man. They're
Just
so
moving.
cool.
Yeah, we could. This is a whole other.
Yeah, the digital riding on the hippo cow and gosh,
Yeah.
I think that's funny.
sorry.
Yeah.
You
Anyway,
didn't like them rolling in the grass?
I
and
fast forward
stuff?
that one every time.
So-
In fact, on episode 2, I just go to the very end.
yeah. Yep, there we go. All right. What's next?
So kind of moving away from
Isn't
Star
Is
Wars.
that not part of our main event?
Is it? I don't think it is. I think I put it in news.
Oh, okay. I can't remember what actually came
I'll
out.
double check, but I think I put it in news.
Well, it's fine.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk
Um,
about it someplace.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
basically, Spider-Man
Boom.
There we go.
I like him.
may exit. Yeah. Oh, there was also Spider-Man Homecoming trailer. I forgot to say that.
Oh, I thought that's what we're talking about.
No, this was part of the certified fresh news.
Yeah, that new trailer
Um,
looks outstanding.
So
Legit.
yeah,
Yo, Michael Keaton, man.
the trailer looks amazing. And what's funny is, literally the day before, Stevie and I were like, shouldn't there be a new Homecoming trailer coming soon? Like, literally, we were talking about that the day before, and the
And if
next
they're
day,
wasting time not putting something out. now.
yeah, and the next day they released the teaser for the trailer, and then the trailer the following day. It was so funny. But
Yeah, they called me. I said, "You need to do it."
so yeah, what do you guys think about it? Stevie, who did you see in the trailer?
Michael
A
Keaton.
lot of people.
Well, there was a couple of villains that you mentioned. I couldn't remember.
Well, the Tinkerer
yeah, the Tinkerer.
and Shocker.
Yeah.
Are both in this. If you read the comics, the Tinkerer has always had a hand in the Vulture's arc, so that
I didn't.
kind of has to be in there. You didn't see the Tinkerer a lot, but
Yeah.
it's there. But the Shocker you do. Bokeem Woodbine, I think, is the Shocker. You see the scene in the trailer where somebody hits Spider-Man. He goes into a bus.
Yeah.
That was not Vulture.
Oh,
That was Shocker.
okay.
I thought it was cool that he loses his suit
Yeah.
and then has to go back to
Poor
a
guy.
homemade suit.
He
So
still
that
does
was-
his thing.
I
though.
like the proposed first kiss with Liz Allen, who's technically Spider-Man's first love.
Yeah,
Didn't work out, but I think that's cool to not go straight to
Mary Jane.
yeah.
There was
I like those
something else.
wings, those web.
The web wings are
That's
cool. Yeah,
pretty
I've heard
sweet.
that we might see actually 3 Spider-Man suits in this one, so I'm not sure.
The Iron Spider
Maybe.
at the end.
Shannon, he just popped his
Uh-oh.
neck.
Uh-oh.
I'm good.
Shannon
And
just
some
played piano.
people, I saw that there was a headline. Some people are thinking that this could also be technically Iron Man 4, just with Spider-Man.
I hope not.
So because he's in it, so
Well, I mean, if he's in it.
yeah. So
I mean, not if, but he is. But I mean, not. Hopefully, it's not. I hope he steps out of the film
right.
for. I mean, like we know at the end of it, he's going to pop back in there, but hopefully he's stays away.
He's just playing like the father figure at this point, right?
That's what it seems like from
He
the
comes
trailer.
in, he gives the guy advice, gives Spider-Man advice, Peter Parker.
Yeah,
And
because
then-
in the original Stan Lee, Steve Ditko, Fantastic Four were kind of Spider-Man's mentors.
The Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because at that time, Fantastic Four was the top comic book, like in the land. So when Spider-Man came, so
Yeah, Fox
Stark-
has ruined it.
basically
Oh man.
is that role.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
I
cool.
can't. Yeah. I had no idea.
So
Now you know.
yeah, the
Knowing's
trailer
half the
looks
battle.
awesome.
Yeah.
But Spider-Man. So this is another news article. Spider-Man may exit the Marvel Cinematic Universe after the Homecoming sequel.
Boo.
Now I think this is overblown, and here's why.
Okay.
Because when the first deal came out, it was not a multi-picture deal. I mean, it was 2. So that technically that has been done. That has been finished, and so technically they have signed another deal for Spider-Man to be in Avengers 1
Oh yeah.
or Infinity War 1 and 2 and the sequel. So technically Sony has already re-upped that deal.
Okay.
So, they've already got more out of it. So really, I mean, I know what Amy Pascal said, but
Yeah.
it could very well be after Spider-Man makes tons of dollars and he gets into Infinity War 1 and 2 that Sony's going to say, hey, we like this deal.
Yeah. I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, I really hope so. I mean, based on what she was saying, she said, let's see here. One of the things that I think is so amazing about this experience is that you don't have studios deciding to work together to make a film very often. In fact, it may never happen again after we do the sequel, because Sony and Disney and Marvel all decided that the right thing to do was to allow Peter Parker and Spider-Man to be in the MCU and to work with the Marvel guys and have them produce this film. I think that was a very rare thing for three companies to do, and a very brilliant thing for them to decide to do, because there are only... Mind you, she's no longer part of Sony. Yeah. Brilliant thing for them to decide to do, because there are only so many stories that you can tell again and again and again about Spidey, and this is something that we would have never been able to do in any other way. Let's see here. For now, only time will tell how long Spider-Man gets to stay in the MCU. Marvel is using the character wisely by keeping him close to the Avengers and using him only when need be. Like, they were saying basically that they signed a deal for Spider-Man and Spider-Man sequel. And then, so, Marvel is using him. They're not using him in those movies, so they don't lose the contract.
Yeah.
That's the way I was reading it.
Gotcha.
And so they're using him in other movies like Captain America and Avengers so that they can keep using him more and more. And then hopefully by the sequel comes out, they can re-up a new deal with Sony and make more money.
It's all about the money.
Yep.
It's all about the Benjamins.
So,
Baby.
what else you got there, Scalf?
That's all I got.
That's all you got? Hey, I just have one little quick thing that I read that I thought was pretty neat. And this harkens back on a main topic that we did a couple weeks ago, because I'm kind of fascinated with drones. But there are two hospitals over in Switzerland, in Lugano, Switzerland, and they have now set up basically a online road that links the two hospitals together, and they're sending drones back and forth delivering lab samples.
An online road.
Basically like an invisible road. I mean, they had to get clearance from the FDA, not FDA. Who controls the air? FCC? No. Oh my goodness. Whoever controls the air.
FAA.
Is it the FAA? Anyway, that's
for our country though. I don't know who it is for Switzerland.
Well, whatever their equivalent is, they got permission to do it. I don't have the distance between two hospitals, but it was in a rural area to where getting the lab samples between these two hospitals was always difficult with traffic. So they were able to set this up. They now go to their roof. They attach the samples to these drones, basically hit a button, and there it goes, and it'll be at the other hospital in a matter of minutes.
Wow. So
that's pretty cool.
FOCA is Switzerland's aviation regulator.
Now, what's that stand for, Scalf?
I don't know.
Okay. The FOCA. So if you have any questions, just call the FOCA. They'll let you know. But anyway, yeah, just quick and simple. Again, another cool way.
Very neat.
These drones are saving people's lives, and it's pretty efficient too.
What do you want them to do?
What?
Drone better.
So that's my CFN. Are we
Federal
done?
Office of Civil Aviation?
Hey, look at that.
That's what I was going to say.
We just looked it up. That was your guess, Rick?
I was going to say that like just now. But
All
I had
right.
to blow my nose because I have terrible allergies.
Don't say with a short O.
Okay.
Is that all for the certified fresh news?
I believe that's it. I think we're ready for the next segment here, Rick. Oh, no?
I deleted it because you guys didn't like it.
I was hoping you'd make another one. So we're going to move on to our next segment. This is Lethargic Phonics.
Lethargic Phonics.
There it was.
That's much better.
Rick, I didn't think you had anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so We have 4 little clips, and I don't think these are even from last week. I think maybe one's from last week, but then 3 of them are from
The
like.
other way. There you go.
Are you gonna put the thing on this or?
Yeah, well,
What do
I
you
can.
do?
We can get kind of close.
No, he's gonna
We're
do
having
it.
technical issues here. So, all right, let's see if we actually have this right.
Focus.
Shut up. Trying to run after it.
I just saw that. Are we gonna read about this in the paper?
Fat guy running after a balloon.
A fat Puerto Rican running after a balloon. I can see you run.
Come back! Come back!
We need to record a reenactment and put on the Facebook
And then
page.
some old black guy said he probably stole something. He's running from below. That's great.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
That was a good one.
We're gonna keep it going here.
My name is Sean. No, it's not. Yes, it's silent in your world.
Wow.
So, it's Luke. Skywalker. No, he's from a different planet. Oh, okay. Yeah, pronunciation. Sorry. On Luke's planet, it's pterodactyl.
Oh my gosh.
We do not condone helium sucking. In this
Wait for it.
podcast.
No.
Alright, second one. Hold on.
When I was in
Oh gosh.
Oh, man.
Where did that come Wow.
That was too big.
Opened up more.
Too big a huff,
Oh, last one.
Just now. Yeah.
It's really cool.
Your mind boggles. Yeah. Very. And when
When
your
it
mind
comes to
boggles,
Vader.
then that means it's a legit
Yeah,
thing.
because I usually don't get boggled.
Yeah. You don't boggle the trash man. Nothing boggles him. He takes trash out. Dirty stuff. It is unboggleable. Yes. Boggleable.
Trash does not boggle me.
Holy cow.
Boggle trash man.
You can't even play the game because when you play a boggle, unboggleable. There it
I
is.
am unboggleable.
Unboggleable. I think there's a song right there.
Puerto
Yes.
Rican
Oh
boggle.
my. We need to start writing. Unboggleable. Unboggleable. He's unboggleable. Unforgivable.
Unforgivable. Oh,
Oh
That needs
my.
to be lethargic for next week. Shout out to
If unboggleable doesn't sound good, slow down. I don't know what will.
How did we talk so much about unboggleable?
I had no idea.
I don't.
podcast.
Who knows?
Those were fantastic.
You know, every
That's
time you
great.
go back through it, it's like, why?
Try and send those to me if you can.
I'll try again. I just don't know how. Maybe you can show
Wow.
me.
I'll look at it afterwards. Oh my gosh.
That was good.
Wilson.
What's next? All right.
Wow.
You know, I've been playing around with speeding it up, and it just doesn't sound as
It doesn't
No.
do the same thing, does it?
No.
Wow.
Anyway.
Oh my gosh, that was great.
All right, so we got a little LP out of the way on that one. So actually, we're moving right along
Moving
to
right along.
actually a new segment.
Time to nerd out. To nerd history.
How about that?
Send that to me, Rick.
Hey.
Send that to me.
So I got a new segment, but I didn't have time to prepare, so it's gonna suck. But anyway, so this
faith.
You had all
segment-
week.
Yeah, all week I was building a table. I'm gonna use that for the next
That's
3
weird.
months. I was building a table. Nah, so I got this segment. It's called
Send that to me. if you
Nerd
can.
Out to Nerd History. So I'm just gonna
I don't
tell
know if
you.
you heard me or not.
I heard you.
He's ignoring you.
Nerd history, nerd fun facts, cool birthdays, and such.
And such.
Such.
So I have some useless Star Wars trivia
Give
today.
us some
That's
sage.
kind of cool.
Lay it on us.
Right before A New Hope started filming, they had auditions for Han Solo.
This is the 40th anniversary, too.
Yeah, it's 40 years, so we're gonna,
Yeah.
talk about some Star Wars trivia. That's kind of useless because it was 40 years ago. But anyways, I'm gonna tell you because I love fun facts and history and stuff like that. So anyways, this actor auditioned for Han Solo.
Kurt Russell.
Tom
no.
Selleck.
No.
Sorry.
All wrong. Did he get the part? No, he didn't. So he went home.
Al Pacino.
No. He's actually one of my favorites because I'll tell you why later.
Tom Hanks.
Jim Henson.
No. You won't guess it because you guys don't like scary movies. But anyways, so he goes home.
Robert Englund.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. So he goes home and he tells his buddy. Don't say who the buddy is because you already know the story. He tells his buddy that's on his couch. He goes, "Hey, George Lucas. He has this movie, Yakety Yak.
Don't talk back.
Go audition, whatever." And so the guy did in the couch. The guy that was sleeping on Robert Englund's couch went audition. And he actually got the part of Luke Skywalker. Now, who plays Luke Skywalker?
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill. So Mark Hamill, 40-some years ago, was on Robert Englund's couch. And Robert Englund told him to audition for Luke Skywalker.
Man.
Cool, huh?
That's cool.
Cool useless
That's really
trivia.
cool.
Yeah.
I love useless trivia, man. So, anyway, nerd history, we're going to say happy birthday to a bunch of cool people.
All
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
Cool people that have birthdays in April. One of my favorite, and Stevie and I's favorite, Peter Frampton.
Bam.
Awesome guitar player,
Yeah.
66.
Wow.
66 years young.
Yep. Kevin James, 51. Happy birthday to
Really?
everybody. Jeffrey Dean Morgan is 50.
50.
50.
50 Cent.
Yep.
Fitty.
So who else? Who else is pretty cool? Oh, Emma Watson. Happy birthday, Emma Watson.
Was she 49?
26.
Oh.
Wow, she's getting up there.
Our boy David Tennant,
50.
45.
Really? Oh, man.
Jackie Chan,
Fantastic.
62.
Yeah.
He's
cool,
only
right?
62?
Yeah, Jackie Chan, he's in excellent health.
Oh,
man.
man.
I
He
love
is.
that
He.
guy.
I just read something about him being in a couple other movies.
Oh, yeah, he's
what was
great,
it?
man.
I forget.
So who
So
else?
there we
Who
go.
else do I have here? Oh, my the guy I wanted to be Spider-Man, Asa Butterfield, 20 years old.
20 years old.
Wow,
Man,
that's
that guy's
right.
gotten tall, too.
He's tall.
Yeah, he's at least 9'1".
Yeah.
So I got two more. So the brand new WWE champion today, a few minutes
Just
ago,
announced?
Just announced Randy Orton.
Oh, wow, really?
Yep, 37. Yeah, he just won the belt from Bray Wyatt. You guys, I know how much you guys love wrestling.
Yeah, I'm hanging. Yeah.
So the last one of our favorite. We were just talking about him. RDJ, happy birthday, bro. 51. He texted me the other day.
Is he?
Yeah, I got some inside scoops on Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah?
I don't, but so yeah. So
That'd be
that
cool
was
if
my
we had him.
segment. Just
Wow,
a little
that's good stuff.
random nerdy
All right.
stuff.
Like it, Rick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
good.
hope you guys like that useless historic moment in Robert
I love
England's
it.
couch.
Yep, that's what we like.
Yeah,
to
that's
do.
cool.
No Robert
You know,
England.
That's the nuggets.
No
of
Luke
stuff I like to get from
Skywalker.
this. That's why this podcast has value.
It's that's why we
this
have.
this is a
all those-
learning podcast.
Yep.
Yeah, you'll walk away thinking, "Man, I did not know that," and
now
I'm a
you
better
do.
human being from having known that fact.
And now you do. That's why we have so many download.
Yes, we will raise
Download minus the
your
world.
IQ at least by 1.
Yes.
Ah man. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that.
Thanks, Rick.
That was good.
Uh,
I like
A
it.
little nerd fact. there.
You'll probably be doing that. What do you think? Maybe like once a month? Or?
Once a month, the beginning of the month, so I can do everybody's birthdays.
Okay,
Cool.
Very good.
Very nice.
Have that to look forward to. And- well, he got ready to do something else. We gave him a head fake. Actually, we are now ready to dive right into the main event this week.
Main event.
We actually have not had a main event for a couple weeks now. Just we've been jumping around. Go ahead. So good. No,
My screen always shuts off.
it gets away from
No,
me.
I
don't
think
it?
that guy, all he did was just have a good voice. Multi-millionaire.
Lead singer for Survivor.
No, what's his name? Michael
Oh,
Buffer.
yeah, the guy.
Michael Bublé.
Yeah, heard
His
of him.
Christmas album is legit. But yeah, that's all he
The
did was
Let's
just
Get Ready
do
to
that
Rumble
voice.
guy.
Yeah. Yeah, Buffer.
I wonder if that's
Buffer.
is he still alive?
Yeah, Buffer. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's alive.
Yeah, what? I just heard him do something. I forget.
Was it Let's Get Ready to Rumble?
Yeah, he did a fight.
He did one of the basketball games.
Really?
Yep.
That's great.
Okay.
That's great.
That's great. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're
Here we go, here we
this
go, go,
week,
go.
Scalp, what are we doing for our main event this week?
Well, what happened last week was Cinemacon 2017.
Oh yeah.
So we're going
Oh,
to talk about some of the things that
snap.
came out of that.
So this is a yearly con that they have,
Yes.
Year
and,
con.
and they just you're invited if basically you own a cinema, right? You have to have a franchise license or something. This isn't open for the
Sure.
general
I
public.
didn't look that
I
hard
went.
into it. That much into it.
I don't think it's open for just like if we wanted to
Yeah,
go.
I don't think so.
It's
For
yeah.
media and
media and then franchise
Yeah.
owners, you know, the people here in town that you
Yeah.
know have the Regal and all that, they could go.
Now, you know what they tell people that just show up randomly, right?
get out.
Come on in.
Man, that makes me want to watch Jurassic Park
Oh.
now.
Well played.
Yeah, you know,
I've been waiting all day
I'll-
just to play
I'll
that
just for that.
3-second
Okay, So-
soundbite.
Scalfy, you got something you want to start us off with, or
Sure. So, at CinemaCon 2017 in Las Vegas, Walt Disney Pictures revealed its upcoming schedule of releases from 2017 through 2019. So, let's see here. We've got, as of, let's see, Cars 3.
boo? I mean,
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
good, yay,
Pirates.
yay. Okay,
Yeah.
Hope.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
I'm
Hope.
hoping it's a yay.
Yeah.
Man.
There's an untitled fairy tale in this screenshot. Thor Ragnarok in the fall.
Can't wait to see the trailer for that.
Coco
Hmm.
in the fall. Star Wars The Last Jedi.
Maybe.
Black Panther in the winter.
Yep.
Okay.
Then we've got Big Hero 6.
Is that the name
Oh,
of
there
the,
we go.
which
the
they
movie?
just announced the title of it.
Big Hero 7.
Big Hero 6 plus 1.
I like Black Panther in the winter.
Yeah. Is that like the subtitle?
It's like a new Christmas movie.
Yeah.
The sequel will be Black Panther in the spring.
Yeah. It's Black Panther the Winter Panther.
The
Hey, good one, Scal.
Scalfy.
Scalf.
Wow.
Man.
Somebody ate his Wheaties.
Yeah.
It's not looking.
Do you hear my stomach?
Sounds like he needs more Wheaties.
I can't find the sequel, but it has something to do with, or the title of the sequel of Big Hero 6.
See, that's such a good movie, and I do not own that.
Yeah.
I'll keep looking
I need to
for
own
it
it.
as we keep going.
I really do.
I really enjoyed that one.
What else we got? A Wrinkle in Time. I didn't know they were making that.
Yes.
A Wrinkle
I'm
in
very
Time.
excited about
Yeah.
that.
Is that like a play on from the A Moment in Time? I know that.
No,
one.
it's
This
a
is a
Disney.
sci-fi.
It's a Disney franchise, like
Oh.
not a franchise, but it's a Disney product.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
wait, hold on. Big Hero 6
It's
is
been made before, but this is much
Okay.
bigger budget.
Big Hero 6 is a series on XD. It's not a movie.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. I just read it looking for the
That's
title.
the sequel. Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool though.
Avengers: Infinity War.
Yeah.
Okay.
Incredibles 2. Now we're into 2018.
Yeah, there we go.
Incredibles
Incredibles.
Wait for
2.
that one.
So pumped for that.
Yep.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yep.
Okay.
That's gonna be
Mulan
legit.
is supposed to be coming out next fall.
Okay. Well, it's
Gigantic. Not sure what that is.
Is that with
It's
Tom
not
Hanks?
small.
Mary Poppins moving into
Yep.
2019.
There we go. 20.
And then
Hey.
Captain Marvel.
I can't wait
Yeah.
for Mary Poppins.
A lot of those I will see.
So that's what we've got up until
Cars 3, probably not.
Probably
through
not.
2019 from Disney. And basically all I see are dollar signs, dollar signs, dollar signs.
That's
And-
why their segment at Cinemacon was only 12 minutes.
Was it really?
Yeah. Because they just went through here's what we have coming out. They
And
didn't,
that was
they didn't
Wow.
sugarcoat it or anything. It's just like, hey, we know you're showing up in dollar bills.
You know, and I mean, hopefully they'll be able to break even throughout this. I mean, so we'll just right, Scout.
yeah.
Right. See, he never listens to me. All right, I have a little meter here in front of me about what was hot and what was cold at CinemaCon.
Ooh. Frigid.
Leading the way as basically being hot was the Blade Runner 2049
Yeah, I heard that.
presentation. They said it was visually stunning with a few sly nods to the Ridley Scott 1982 original with a super creepy Jared Leto. What's he doing in this movie? I didn't even know
What
he was
movie
in
is it?
Blade Runner,
Yeah.
the new
Oh,
2049. Basically, supposedly on this website here was the cream of the crop, followed closely by the 5-minute Christopher Nolan peak. Something cool about that. Nolan showed off his 5 minutes of footage from Dunkirk, which tells the massive water evacuation of British and Allied troops pinned down by the German army in a seamlessly hopeless World War II battle. Nolan calls the Battle of Dunkirk one of the greatest stories in human history. He also told USA Today that he has been basically fascinated with the story of Dunkirk his whole life. So this is screaming passion project, kind of like how, oh my goodness, who did? I'm blanking. Who's like the greatest director? Nope. Spielberg's. And I'm blanking on the movie. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Really should have went over this in my head before I started. Anyway, this is a passion project for yes, thank you. How he did Schindler's List. This sounds
I'm not just
like
a pretty face
this is
shamer.
kind of Nolan's passion project. As the lights came up after the 5-minute preview, they said that the theater owners gave one of the loudest ovations heard during the 4-day festival. So they were impressed with what Nolan brought, which
I mean,
is not shocking,
No.
right?
No.
no,
I mean-
not at all.
It's just kind of like that's just another day's work for that guy. Okay,
Sweet.
I mean, I've got more, but I'm going to pass it around.
Okay.
I have nothing.
Well, I have
you
a
just
few.
listen, Rick.
I just sit here, listen, and provide commentary.
There you go.
I have a few.
Okay,
A couple technology bites
cool,
that I'll throw out there.
cool.
One about Alien Covenant.
Oh yes,
I told Shannon I would throw out there. First, let me throw out this. Wait a second. I found this article on USA Today about some of the. Hold on. There it is. Some of the winners and losers. It goes through. Says the winners, the big growth profession, which is the things that were killer this year, are movies about assassins.
okay.
Charlize Theron is in one called Atomic Blonde. She plays a British agent of some sort.
Yeah,
Jennifer Lawrence is in one, and then there's a humor-filled one called The Hitman's Bodyguard with Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L.
oh,
Yeah,
All-
I'm watching that.
that could
All
that could be
those
good.
were well received. The star of the year, according to the USA Today, was The Rock.
Yes,
Showed footage for Jumanji, which it seems like everybody enjoyed there.
Really?
And then Then he left to go film something, then came back and came on stage with all the rest of the actors of Baywatch. Best all-around show was 20th Century Fox. Opened up the presentation by personally leading a musical dance number. That was the studio's vice president. So that's a way to start it off. Following that...
They need something. They need to be flashy.
Following that, they showed power footage of War of the Planet of the Apes.
Sweet.
And then Kingsman, the Golden Circle.
Oh, yeah.
And then ended with Hugh Jackman showing off his first scenes as P.T. Barnum in the musical The Greatest Showman, which I think will be really cool. And then, as I said, the most popular snob was Disney.
Yes, I read that.
With nothing to sweat, Disney talked through its slate of films about 12 minutes, no stars, no breaking announcements. The studio phoned it in, then looked like a star by rolling Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man Town Hotels in its entirety.
What?
Yeah.
The whole movie.
And then throwing a pirate-themed party afterward.
Are you serious?
Yes. Biggest
Man.
misfire? Transformers. No shocker there. No shocker there. One of the technology pieces, once I get this to load here, was...
That's crazy that Disney did that.
And I have some cool things
That's a
on this,
baller
but
move, really. Just,
It's
yeah,
a baller.
It's like,
move.
hey, here's... Yeah, so they went through what you said, then, all right, let's
Here's
watch
Pirates.
a movie.
yeah. Let's watch a movie.
So they must be somewhat confident with that.
Yeah.
To say, hey, we're just going to show you this whole thing.
For free.
And throw you a party. Okay, so here's the thing. Because they also, it's not just movies, they roll out technology. So this says the cinema technology community was abuzz about a couple demos that signaled potentially massive change ahead. Specifically, the motion picture projector in the screen could be eliminated.
What? Wait, what? Huh?
Yep, listen to this.
It's going to be in the screen.
A couple of models introduced the notion of filling the screen space with side-by-side 4K LED video panels to make up one giant video wall that becomes effectively the cinema screen. And here's what they showed, because there's some people that Samsung and Sony both had examples. They are much brighter than today's commonly used projectors, and some configurations with these panels could potentially reach 8K resolution.
Holy cow.
Wow.
So those who were able to see it from Samsung, they had a private off-site demo. Then Sony, the people who saw them were going insane with how good that they looked.
I mean, would that make our eyes bleed? I mean, we're talking... I don't know. And how expensive would that be?
I don't know if it says on here or not.
I mean, I know projectors aren't cheap. Digital projectors aren't cheap, but...
No, those
It's
projectors
yeah,
are
it is a
expensive.
big return on investment. Insiders say they'll be more expensive than similarly sized cinema screens using top of the line laser projection systems, which can exceed $1 million. So these will be even more expensive than that.
Wow.
Another thing, they also showed all the new candies and foods that you could be seeing
That we never
coming
buy.
in a theater. For instance, Nathan's famous
What?
beef hot dogs.
Oh,
Kids see in the
no.
theater. Yep.
That'll never hit Bedford.
No.
No.
you got my attention there.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to smell hot dogs. through the entire movie.
Margarita IC company machine.
I've been hearing movie theaters selling alcohol.
Yeah.
We're going to get alcohol licenses
Oh,
in
yeah.
there?
Yeah.
And
Wow.
a
Unfortunately.
4DX motion chair.
Yep.
Whoa.
There are some theaters
Yeah.
that already have those.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this says, of course, after loading up on all those snacks, you do risk becoming seat sick, especially if you opt for one of CJ 40plex's new
Rick.
4D motion chairs with twist and sway features that are now making their way into different chains.
Wow.
That's cool.
Okay, so I'll close this out with this part, and that is the Alien Covenant, as we've been talking about spoilers in a potential scene. So, spoiler alert, get
Yes.
out, press stop, come back later. Those lucky enough to see the Fox Cinemacon panel saw some new footage of Alien Covenant and reveals more on how the movie ties into the events of Prometheus. If you've seen that, you will get this. Apparently, okay, and here's how it goes. Apparently, the ship the duo took off in at the end of Prometheus.
I
Everybody
need to
know?
rewatch that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That ship did indeed make it to the home world of the engineers.
Yes.
But what happened next? Well, here's the answer.
Here we go.
In the scene shown, that ship is greeted by hundreds of the engineers, and they watch on as David, once again,
That's the
android.
android, yeah.
Fassbender.
Yep.
Yeah.
As David, with a full body, emerges from the ship and watches them all die before him. All the engineers. So the ship unspools black bombs.
Yep.
That cover the entire civilization in a black ooze that ends their bodies. That's presumably what leads to an infestation of xenomorphs, and a voiceover seemingly confirms that David will be portrayed as the lead villain when he looks to use these monsters to destroy humanity.
So is that what you see them stepping on in the trailer? Those spores or whatever that they're stepping on? Is that?
Well, I mean, that's not really the black ooze. I mean, you remember the
Oh, okay.
beginning
Yeah.
of Prometheus, where there was an engineer. He kind of opens up a little vial.
Oh, yeah,
that had
yeah.
and and so that's what this sounds like that he used to
Okay.
kind of like kill all these. What comes of that would be like
the xenomorphs.
yeah, and they're kind of in the little thing. I think the exact same thing you're reading. They're talking about this is in this new the new movie coming out, The Covenant. They think they're going to the same place that where David is at currently.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
okay.
there's another alien, or not
Yeah.
an alien. There's another android by Fassbender that's on that ship. I don't know what his name is, but they're probably going to meet up in this new movie.
I'm so excited for this movie.
And we talked about that other scene that got shown that was pretty interesting too. And I'm trying to remember it. We talked about it
Yeah.
2 or 3 podcasts ago,
Oh,
Was it the
um,
one where he?
where he
Causes
has engineered them.
yes, yeah.
So
I can't remember how that went.
all that together, with the whole notion of them sending all these couple theirs to. I mean,
That's
It's
scary,
weird.
man.
and they don't show the female at all. I mean,
Well, have you seen the new poster for Alien Covenant?
mm-mm.
It shows the Queen.
Oh,
What?
Yeah, yeah. It shows
From
the alien.
Aliens?
It shows the alien Queen. Yeah, yeah. Look it up real quick, Stevie. Is that all you've got for that?
yeah, that's all I have for.
So,
Cinemacon.
another thing that happened at Cinemacon: Star Wars: The Last Jedi footage screened at Cinemacon hints at Luke and Rey's relationship. Yeah, go ahead and show Rick that poster when you find it. So still no estimated release date for the trailer. Disney, this is from Polygon.com. Disney and Lucasfilm are keeping a tight lid on when the trailer for Star Wars: The Last Jedi will drop, but the studios did show off some new footage at Cinemacon yesterday. The sizzle reel of the Star Wars universe didn't focus specifically on The Last Jedi, so there were only a few seconds of actual new footage that made the cut. In those few seconds, however, people were treated to glimpses of Rey wielding Luke's lightsaber and swinging it around, teasing the possibility of Luke mentoring Rey in the ways of the Jedi, according to comic book sources. It's impossible to say for certain, though, but director Rian Johnson has spoken previously about the relationship between Luke and Rey. In an interview with USA Today, Johnson said a large part of the movie would be exploring the relationship between the two as they help each other grow. Quote, but part of what she's dealing with is the realization that she has this power and this gift. She's taking her first step to coming to terms with this thing inside her that she never knew was there and is just starting to reveal its potential. Disney hasn't given a specific date for when fans can expect the first trailer, but Lucasfilm CEO Kathleen Kennedy said the first footage would be shown sometime in the spring. Star Wars Celebration, Lucasfilm's annual conference dedicated to the franchise, does take place between April 13th and 16th, making it the most likely event for the trailer to officially drop. So we're looking at probably the trailer hopefully dropping at Celebration. Star Wars The Last Jedi will be released on December 15th.
Yes,
that's gonna be
Can't
good.
Wait.
I can't wait.
I know, that's
I
exciting.
like her hair now.
Did you find it?
No. Look on there. Which one?
This one right here.
This one?
Wow.
Show Shannon.
Oh yeah, look at that. Well, yeah, I seen that. That's great, man.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
See her head up here.
Oh yeah.
So you think that's a queen?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. That's what they were saying about the poster. Is that that's the queen?
It just looks eerie.
It
That
does.
stuff is, I mean, it creeps me out. Maybe that's the reason why I like it. I don't know. I do
Well,
not
it's
like
going
horror.
back to the like original. You know, the original was stinking creepy, man. So,
Yeah.
speaking of another thing that's creepy that was released this past week was the trailer for It.
Oh. Everybody get a chance to see that?
Yeah.
I did.
I haven't seen it.
Why not, Rick?
haven't
that's
even
like
seen
your
it.
that's like
I know.
your forte.
I know. I haven't even seen the original It.
That's the value you
Oh, you
bring
haven't?
this.
No, I get crap all the time because I haven't seen it.
Well, okay. There's no need to see it now, I guess. Just watch
I'll
the
watch
movie.
it.
Are you okay with clowns?
Yeah. I like scary
You
stuff.
won't be okay with this one.
Well, I mean, if you have like some sort of clown phobia, you may not be able to watch it.
Yeah, I love movies. I love scary movies, so I'm good. I want to go.
Okay.
Real quick. This is just going to be real quick. Cinemacon, new Cloverfield universe film confirmed to be coming this October 27th, 2017.
What?
New Cloverfield movie coming this October.
Like another alien invasion, or
Is this made by Bad Robot?
Yeah.
is John Goodman gonna
So
be
what's he
in?
gonna do?
There had been a rumor, and I can't remember exactly, but this, like, I think when not Alien Covenant, but when the last one, 10 Cloverfield Lane was the last one,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
there was an announcement shortly after that they were making a third one, and that it was going to have some connectivity to everything, but be like 10 Cloverfield Lane was. Have some loose connection,
Yeah.
to everything.
Yeah, I suspect that's gonna happen.
This
Now, whether
is from
that's changed or not. I mean, it might have, but
This is from DreadCentral.com. Ever since it was revealed that 10 Cloverfield Lane took place in the same universe as 2008's Cloverfield, fans are watching everything J.J. Abrams does like a hawk, trying to see if any other projects might fit into that world as well. Since then, it's been confirmed that God Particle, which focuses on a group of astronauts aboard an international space station who make a shocking discovery and must fight for their survival, is indeed part of the ever-growing universe. Over at Cinemacon, they've revealed that a new Cloverfield project will premiere on October 27th, 2017. Now, what makes this interesting is that this is the confirmed release date of God Particle. However, that film isn't new. In fact, it's been known for several months. So could this be a confirmation that Overlord, the supernatural horror World War II film produced by Abrams, is taking the Cloverfield universe into the past? That film doesn't have a release date, so there's a possibility that this might be the case. On the other hand, if they're expecting me to believe that two Cloverfield-related films will be in theaters in the same time, they're going to have a hard time with that one. Sure, the films are radically different in concept, but dropping them both at the same time would be one heck of a financial risk. Expecting people to be willing to double dip at theaters is a gamble no matter what the films are. Is this a new Cloverfield project, simply God Particle? Is it Overlord, or is it something else entirely that hasn't been announced yet? So, either way, it sounds like we're getting a new Cloverfield film this October. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a prequel to. It shows how John Goodman became that guy. And
wait, wasn't his character in
Oh,
the military before?
you had me for a second.
10 Cloverfield? Doesn't he mention being in the military?
He did, actually. Yeah.
he kind of looked like Aaron Wagner.
Oh,
to
wait
be
a
honest
second.
With you.
Maybe he was referencing himself in Kong Skull Island.
Yeah.
Mm.
Maybe that's connected.
Well, he was the same age.
And he didn't live through that movie. Oops.
And he
Spoiler.
invented a time machine.
Spoiler. Sorry.
It's actually a time travel movie.
Oh,
is the
you
next
know
one.
what? Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Interdimensional.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. It's scary stuff.
It's all connected.
It's all
It's
connected.
all connected.
Let's see.
That's all I've got for CinemaCon.
Going back to my little meter here, because we talked about some of the hot stuff that's on the meter, and I'm also waiting for it to load. Rick, did you get a chance to see the new Ape trailer?
No.
I haven't either. Actually.
What?
I didn't,
I put it on our feed.
I forgot to watch
didn't-
it.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch it either.
I'm sorry.
Me too. I was building a table, so I couldn't.
I did this like 3 days ago. It's incredible. It's outstanding.
I was doing something.
So it is good.
It looks so good. I mean, the other one looked great. The what was it? Battle? No, War. No, this is War.
This is War.
Dawn. So it's Dawn. That one looked great. This one looks even better. Anyway, it's on the lukewarm, like the War for the Planet of the Apes. What they showed looked great. Kind of scrolling down the list and getting from kind of down into warm, you have The Mummy. They said that looks pretty good for a Tom Cruise movie.
Man.
The new trailer of that hit today.
The Mummy?
There's a new trailer that hit today.
Oh, I have not seen that.
Yep, I now saw it on Superhero Hype. I gotta watch it later.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
All right, so we'll watch that when we get home.
I just can't get over his tooth being in the middle of his face.
What are we talking about?
Tom Cruise, he has like his tooth. It's like right in the middle, like
That's what you notice?
yeah.
I have to admit, I'm a Tom Cruise fan. I'm sorry.
No, he's great. But
he makes
watch,
good movies.
watch Legend.
I like
watch,
his
you'll
movies
see
as
it.
well.
Yeah, watch Legend.
Yeah.
And I have many times, and I will many times.
He's
more.
got a grill on that. A grill and a
It has
half
the
on
greatest
that.
80s soundtrack of all time.
Hugh Jackman's in a new
I like Top Gun.
P.T.
musical?
Barnum. Yeah, the Showman.
Oh,
P.T. Barnum. Yeah.
Barnum and Bailey?
He's an
Yeah,
elephant.
yeah.
too.
Didn't know
Yeah,
that.
so that should be interesting.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That'll probably be interesting.
Elephant
He can
killer.
act, number one, and he can sing too. So I mean,
What can't that guy do?
Who is
not
it?
be
Hugh
Wolverine
Jackman?
Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
Well, and that's not even for sure. Is it?
Spoiler.
I mean, he can do whatever he wants with that.
I mean,
If he wants to resurrect him, he
yeah.
can.
As soon as
Well,
he wants
it
a
took
payday.
it took place so far in the future. I mean, there's supposedly they're trying to get him in Deadpool.
Yeah.
So
I mean, why not? Why not? Annihilation. Do you guys know anything about that?
No.
Natalie Portman thriller. They said it looks really scary, but it did okay. And for some odd reason, the Valerian, they're saying that was almost on the
Dude,
cold
I was
side.
so pumped about the
I
trailer.
know.
Yeah.
That last trailer looks great.
Speaking or going past, Valerian looks amazing.
You're
But I'm
touching
just
my
looking
screen.
at your screen,
You're-
and
You're touching my screen.
I just saw the Dark Tower. Did you
Oh.
see that it got pushed back?
Yep.
It switched
Delayed
spots with the
again.
emoji.
But just like a week.
yeah,
It got
Was
pushed
a
back
week?
like 1 week.
I thought it was.
That's what I read. It was, or maybe 1 month.
Yeah,
It
I
was like-
thinking it was
it
one
was a
month.
one
Yeah, 'cause
something.
it was from July to August.
Okay, so 1 month.
Yeah, they put because they moved the Emoji Movie up and then pushed the Dark Tower back.
Huh.
And a lot of people are saying that they just don't know how to market this movie. Like they just have no idea how to tell people about it, tell people what it is, or anything like that.
Get
So-
to this
Wait, but don't people know? I mean, I've not read the book, but
Me
I
neither.
mean, I have a basic understanding. You know, at least who's in it and
Yeah.
what kind of movie it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're saying that the plot seems very convoluted and it's opening in a crowded summer session. They're not projecting it to be like a great summer movie, but they said diehard fans of Stephen King will definitely
Yeah,
go
they
see
will.
it. I kind of think that a lot of people that are just fans of Idris Elba is going to go see it. I
Yeah.
mean, that would be my main draw.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, and I do know a little bit about Dark Tower, so I mean, I'm okay with that.
What did they say about Valerian on there?
They say Luke Besson's.
Mm-hmm.
Passion Project looks like a lot like the French director's Fifth Element. We all agree to that.
Okay.
There are outrageous aliens, a day glow color
Multipass.
plateau. Okay. And Rihanna is in a nurse's costume, which we saw that.
Okay.
Looks dangerously out there. So they're thinking that could be
Two
almost
out there.
too out there. Which Fifth Element was way out there.
Dayglow color palette, which
To me, it looks like the Fifth Element, just with more money.
yeah,
But I'm 100% completely fine with that.
Oh yeah, I'm.
more money. Yeah, I mean, it looks
More
a lot
problems.
shinier, a lot more colorful than
Yeah.
Fifth Element. So.
Yeah. Very last one on this list. Well, yeah, okay. Justice League's down there pretty low too. It says Zack Snyder clearly got the memo from Batman versus Superman needing a humor injection. But the joking trailer seems like it is a joyless affair. So
I tell you what, even in the trailer we just saw, the
don't
jokes
get
in
it.
it seem forced to me.
Yes, they do. I dig it.
I
like
dig it.
what?
Or he's on the bat car and he looks down at Batman. Batman nods and he jumps off. Woohoo! I'm like, that's already stupid.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's good though.
Very last thing on the list here was the Emoji Movie, where they just pretty much say why, just why.
Yes,
And
I've been saying it the whole time. I've heard about that movie.
Yeah, seriously.
Geostorm, have you guys seen anything about that?
I saw a trailer
I
for it.
saw something for it. Yeah.
They're saying this is a Gerard Butler disaster movie that looks like Sharknado with a slightly bigger budget.
Wait. What's wrong with
Or
Sharknado?
I'm fine with that.
I'm good. I love
Let's do
Sharknado.
it.
If they sell it like Sharknado,
Let's
it
do
will probably
it.
make at least $100 million. I guarantee it.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, that's they ran through quite a few of them.
This is on the Variety website.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
So these are not our. Obviously, we weren't there, so we don't know. So
Yeah.
we're
We
getting
weren't
all
invited this year.
It does say a little thing here on on Aquaman. This is more of the it's up there
It
near the
got pushed
hot.
back again too, didn't it?
It says the superhero film hasn't shot yet, but that didn't stop DC from showing images of its production design. The dreamy, arresting underwater world looks like it could be a cosmic book breakthrough. Fingers crossed.
A cosmic book or a comic book?
Comic book. Dang, I got reflection. I swear. I see half the word and just kind of fill in the rest.
Gosh.
Beguiled. Anybody know what that is? Anyway, it got good ratings. Doesn't say anything. Just says it looks like it is a drama weaved with a spell or something. I don't know. I have to look that one up. Anyway, so there's a lot of movies, a lot of trailers that came out at this Cinemacon. Rick, you really need to go see that.
Yeah, I need to.
I'll see it when I get home tonight.
And
Me
the
too.
It trailer.
Yeah, I need to
And
watch
the It
that because
trailer.
people just always asking me about it, and I have not seen it.
All right. Anybody else have anything else?
I'm
No,
good.
that's all I got for
Anybody have
Cinemacon.
anything else?
We're going to
Rick?
speed through randomness.
Oh yeah, we still got to do random.
Oh man.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go through randomness right quick. Scalf, go ahead. You're ready.
Missing Indonesian farmer found dead inside 23-foot long python.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I did-
There's even a video for it.
I did not need to hear
Our
that. What? You
prayers
can see
are
it?
with
So,
that family.
yeah. So, a 25-year-old Indonesian man has been swallowed whole by a python on the island of Sulawesi. Villagers and news reports. A 6-minute video on the website of the Tribune Timur publication shows villagers slicing open the python's carcass to reveal the legs and torso of the dead victim named Akbar.
Crazy.
Argabar?
It's a trap.
Akbar.
Oh, Akbar.
Janady said, I think that's his wife, Wednesday that the search party found scattered palm, oil, fruit, a picking tool, and a boot, and then spotted the engorged 7-meter, 23-foot-long reticulated python. They cut. You can watch the video. They cut him open, or they cut the python open, and you can see the dude's legs and torso.
So is he okay?
He's still got
Oh,
he's
what?
dead.
He didn't come out
No.
talking.
So
Oh, geez.
he's still got his clothes on and everything.
Was he?
It's so-
Was he like taking a nap?
No, they had been missing.
Okay.
That's a good one, Shannon.
I think he was walking through his farm and
a 23
23-foot
just
long
snuck up on him.
python snuck up on him and grabbed him and strangled him.
Oh,
When its
man.
stomach was cut, we first saw his boot and legs near the neck, he said. It seems he was attacked from behind because we found a wound on his back. So, articulated pythons grab onto their prey with dozens of sharp curved teeth and then squeeze it to death before swallowing it whole.
Yeah, that's crazy. Those things are
That
huge.
is a horrible death.
That's
I mean, I guess he's already dead by the time he's.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I've got for randomness.
Well,
That's crazy.
wow, Scalp, that's
Cool.
great. Glad you brought that. Steve, you got anything?
So what's bigger, an anaconda or a reticulated python?
I think a python
Well, it
is.
depends on the
Anaconda.
season.
The python is longer.
What? No.
Yeah.
Really?
Longer. Yeah.
I thought
Anaconda is
anacondas-
it's just heavier. It's just
Yeah.
bigger snake, but it's not longer.
I thought the longest recorded snake ever was an anaconda.
I think it was a python.
Reticulated python.
I'm probably wrong.
Yeah, you are.
Somebody fact check that for us and send that in to us. Thank you.
Call us.
Yes.
Jack Hanna. He's a good friend of mine.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, back to Steve.
Well, I mean, I think we've mentioned this before on the air taxis that are going to be starting in Dubai in July.
There we go.
You can't talk about drones.
I already did that.
They of course are hoping that this will take off in America afterward, but I'm actually watching a video right now of the EHang 184 flying in the air. There's a video on the New York Post with this guy putting his luggage in there.
Is that James Bond?
That's the EHang 184.
Holy cow!
That's legit, man.
Cool.
It's a drone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is a
Can't
drone.
talk about drones.
It's a quad multi-copter with a total of 8 propellers stacked in vertical upper and lower pairs that turn in opposite directions at the end of 4 arms.
Do you gotta be a hipster to drive that?
Runs by electric motors.
What?
It's just a big drone, man. That's great. I'll try that.
Yeah. So it can fly one passenger weighing less than 220 pounds on a trip lasting about 23 minutes.
Well, I mean, that's enough.
That would make people lose weight.
Yep. So
Yeah.
go to the New York
Maybe.
Post and look that up, and you can watch a video. Very cool.
That's
That-
awesome.
Wow.
That's great.
See, that was good. That made up for the
Python.
Python story.
You're
That's a
welcome.
good story.
So you brought me down and just got me right back up.
There you
So
go.
I'm on a roller coaster. All
What
right,
you got, Rick?
Wrestling stuff, man. I love wrestling.
All right,
So
let's do it.
any updates
Yeah,
right now?
Goldberg smoked Brock Lesnar.
Oh, yeah?
Again, yeah.
I
Third
knew
time.
it.
Nice.
My
Third
money was
time.
on Goldberg.
Yep. So that's
All
pretty
day long.
sweet. Randy Orton got the belt. Already said. Anyways, I wanted to bring something up.
The
I'm
Hardy
kinda-
Boys won the
Yeah, all the
tag
Hardy
team
Boys
tournament.
just came in and got the belts. How cool
And now
is
they
Yeah,
take
that?
on the
they
British Bulldogs next.
And the Hart Foundation. The Bushwhackers. Yeah, I love those.
The
No,
Midnight
I-
Rockers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say congrats to two of my favorite wrestlers. Diamond Dallas Page and Kurt Angle got inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
MVP.
Way to
Yeah.
go.
But anyways, I was kind of upset at Raw. Undertaker. You guys know who the Undertaker is.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
You know how he like appears on the ring.
Yeah.
So he's, we know that he's just a regular dude. He's got kids, a
Yeah.
wife, whatever. So he really doesn't just appear on top of the ring.
What?
Right.
Are you sure?
So his music comes on. He
Yes.
comes from under the ring, and then he's on top of the ring.
Yes.
Right? He's basically hiding under the ring.
Yeah.
Miraculously.
So he does this, and some bozo filmed it with his phone that was on the side of in the front row when he came out, and he filmed the Undertaker. He hit the cameraman on accident. But I'm like, we all know wrestling is staged, and it's
Yeah.
not. It's just entertainment. It's fun though, right? Why do you gotta post that on YouTube?
Yeah. Why?
And
why you
ruin it
gotta
for everybody
Yeah,
else.
ruin it for everybody else.
Lame.
We know he didn't just appear on the
Yes.
ring like he got beaten.
Maybe that guy thought it was actually real.
And then he's like, "Oh, I can't believe this." Some people just need to just not bring
Yeah.
their
Oh my
phones
gosh.
to events like that.
It's entertainment.
It's just
Yeah.
entertainment. It's fun. You don't have to watch it. So shout out to Bailey. She's got the belt again. Still,
Good job.
I love her. She's cool. She's a nerd. There's a lot of nerds in wrestling now.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that Patriots guy from the Patriots was in WrestleMania today.
Rob
Gronkowski.
Gronkowski.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's my randomness because I love wrestling.
Awesome.
All right. You guys know how I kind of got a beef with the mail service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, nothing. I mean, if you
Which I
work,
never even use.
if
Yeah.
you work for the USPS, I mean, the United
we
States
love
Postal
you,
Service,
and we want you to listen.
it's fine. I mean, you got a job. I commend you for working, but you guys have been in the red since like 1972.
Yes, it's time to stop.
You, for some odd reason, the government loses money hand over fist with you guys, and UPS.
Doesn't the government do that in everything?
Yeah, but I mean, you have all these other postal services that make billions a year, and for some odd reason, we keep funding this one. Anyway, I'm just going to read you guys this opening quote here. I want this just to soak in and let's see what you guys think. The post office will now email you photos of your mail before it's delivered. Let that just soak in.
What?
You can sign up. It's called Informed Delivery, and it's a service from the United Postal Service. They scan the outside of your mail and show you an image each morning before the mail is actually delivered to you. So you can get an email of an envelope of a letter that you're getting ready to receive. How awesome is that?
Why?
Exactly. I The only thing
And
I
how
can
much
think
money are we putting into that?
Yeah.
Well, actually, they kind of say that this is something that they already
That will
kind of
save
scanned.
money?
They already scanned the email. I mean, they scan the letters anyway. It helps them with like getting more they
Document
need to go.
control and
So
stuff.
they've just kind of set up a system where if you sign up for this, and by the way, I guess it is free, you will get up to 10 pieces of mail. They will scan it, give you an image, just front, not back, and then send it, and you'll have it every morning when you want to open up your email and read it. Then you can see what kind of junk mail you're going to get that day.
And then refuse it.
And then, basically just take it out of your mailbox and then put it right in your toilet. I mean, that's what we're talking about. So, unless you just get, like, really important documents delivered to you via mail, which, who does that?
I mean, businesses maybe, but
We're sitting at, like, 90% everything's digital or at least faxed. I mean, even faxes are kind of, like, going away. Anyway, this is, like, something that they're trying, and they're hoping that it catches on to some
eventually
people.
they're going to start using drones to deliver your mail.
Why not just the internet? I don't know. I guess you still got to have some.
Why not something called an email?
Yes, I hear that they're fairly efficient.
Wow.
Anyway, so that was just kind of. I don't know. They're trying. You got to give them credit for at least trying something.
Yeah,
I guess.
And on the Verge website, which is kind of like a tech website I like to visit every once in a while, they have a little video of some dancers performing while real-time facial projection mapping is going on. And if you watch the video, it's pretty amazing. Basically, they have high-speed projectors that can actually project up to 1,000 frames per second, which is said to be the world's fastest. They use 3D mapping systems and precise sensor tracking, and it actually projects faces on these dancers while they're dancing. So, and it looks legit. They'll go from being skeletons to it'll be like they'll be crying, and the whole time they're moving and dancing, and it's doing it in real time to where it looks like they're wearing masks, and they're not. And it's just a little 1-minute video, but to see what they're actually capable of doing right now with, you start asking yourself, like, in plays and where this is going, and like cinema, maybe they can just, instead of them actually putting on makeup, they'll just be able to cast the picture of, like, something on you, and that'll be good enough. And it looks really good. I watched it just right before I came over here. Not that any of us are going to be doing this anytime soon. Just kind of shows where the technology's going.
I can do it.
You can do that?
Yeah. Are they wearing like a black outfit, like a whole black suit or whatever?
They are. Their faces look normal though, but I mean, it still projects it like right over their eyes, right over their mouth.
Scary.
Yeah. Actually, we could play it while we're talking, but anyway, that's it for me. We don't need to hear that. So that's it for randomness. Are we done with randomness?
Yeah.
That was
quick randomness.
That was pretty random. We had a little bit from wrestling to Rick, what, or Stevie, what, Scalf. I'm trying to go across the table. I can't.
Python.
Yeah, we Python to wrestling. Yeah, so we're good. That was random. That's what we like to see.
Oh, hold on. Bring up your notes real quick.
Which ones?
Your notes, the show notes. I want to hear about this next week.
Oh,
Catching a ball with VR.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
me
try to
too.
remember that.
I want to hear about that too.
Oh, we do have. We brought some dark humor jokes
Oh yeah,
that we might want to hit right before we get into the last segment, don't we?
I would say so. It'd be better.
Okay, let's go back and forth. Or let's squeeze them in halfway through the seeable truth. What you
Okay.
said? No. Oh, right here. Check this out, Scal. Or never mind. Steve, do you have your?
Yeah, I'll
It gets better.
yeah, I'll start with one. This
There.
is a real easy one. People will be able to, to get this one.
Okay.
A duck walks into a bar, and the bartender says, "What'll it be?" The duck doesn't say anything because it's a duck.
I get it.
Okay.
All right. Okay. We'll go to,
Yeah, back
we
and
went
forth.
back and forth.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. What's Forrest Gump's password? I've actually already told you guys this. It is 1 Forrest 1. You just don't say it too fast. All right.
Why?
Okay.
I know.
Here's my next one. How many Alzheimer's patients does it take to screw in a light bulb to get to the other side?
See? Rick, do you have your
What?
do you have your snare drum and cymbal
I'm ready.
You got that? All right. So 2 snare drums and a cymbal fall off the cliff. There we go. We screwed up the timing on that.
Wait, was that it?
That was the joke. You're supposed to hit that right when I say 2 snare drums and a cymbal fall off the cliff. Got any more, Steve?
Yeah. 2 cows are in a field. Suddenly, from behind a bush, a rabbit leaps out and runs away. One cow looks around a bit, eats some grass, and then wanders off.
What did the rabbit have to do with it?
Absolutely nothing.
Hey, so what does Wow, that one went up. So what does Batman get in his drinks?
What?
Just ice. You get it?
No.
Justice.
Just nice.
Wow.
The next one's even better. Go ahead.
How do you get a clown off of a swing?
Oh gosh.
You hit him with an axe.
Oh my gosh. I like that one. What did the buffalo say to his son when he left for college?
I know this one. Bison.
Very good.
I
like that one. Bye, son. No, that was good. I got one more.
Okay, let me find one. That's what I can't. Why did the blonde get fired from the M&M factory?
Why?
Repeated absences and stealing. That's the last one.
Oh, all right. Let's see. You know, my wife and I often. Wait, my goodness. Let's start
personal?
over.
Confession?
Back up. Here we go. My wife and I often laugh about how competitive we are, but I laugh more. That's it, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah.
That's the end of the less important segments. So let's move on to the last.
The main?
Well,
No.
not the main event.
No.
Are we gonna back up and do that one again?
No.
So this week at Cinemacon. No, we're going straight in.
Cinemacon.
Let's go to the Seeable Truth. What do you say?
Yeah.
Are we ready for that? I'm waiting. Oh, so good. I love it. I love it.
It's such a hard intro.
And now we got to go into
Something
serious.
not funny. So I'm working on the first Seeable Truth blog that's going to go on the website.
Cool.
Because as me and Scalp have explained before, we have, different... It's just going to happen that way because we do it all the time now.
It happens every week.
We have been working on these T-shirts that will go along, with some of the like media stuff that we're doing. So I'm working on one called "Stay on Target" that has to do with
Star Wars.
Star Wars. So I was typing it out, and I was thinking about how important it is to actually stay focused in a world that's full of unbelievable distractions. I mean, it's super hard.
Difficult, yes.
And that whole segment of that, part of that movie, that's like one of the underlying themes is staying focused on on what you're supposed to be doing. But then another evangelist, pastor, author by the name of Eric Samuel Tim calls that noise. And so I was thinking about this verse because the T-shirt in the blog is going to be based off of Hebrews 12:1 and 2. And this verse goes like this. It says, "Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of faith." So, that whole verse is about focus.
Mm-hmm.
Let us not get caught up in the world, and all this stuff. And when I was thinking about this, I thought about this illustration that I saw Eric Samuel Tim do. And I meant to bring fake dollar bills from my Star Wars Trivial Pursuit game, but I don't have any. So somebody take that here, and let's walk through. Let's just say each one of those is $1. So what is the most valuable commodity that we have? What is the currency of life, in your opinion?
The currency of life.
What is something that we spend and we never get back?
Would that be
Time.
Time.
Good job, Rick.
All of us
told you, I'm
are
not-
allotted
that's a
with
pretty
a
face.
certain amount
Mm-hmm.
by God. We don't even know what that is. And with every minute that passes, with every second, with every hour, with every week, and with every month, it's gone. We don't ever get that back.
Right.
And so this guy's thought is, okay, if you look at, because time is so valuable, the most valuable commodity that we have, every hour is important. So just say every hour, we get 24 hours in a day, 168 hours in a week, and 8,760 some, I think that's right, in a year. And once those are gone, those are gone. So when it comes to staying focused, to getting through the noise, and to, because we're all called, we all have a certain path, we all have a certain journey. God has created us, knitted us together, formed us, knew us in the womb to do something important, special, So when it comes to staying focused, what we invest our time is matters.
Mm-hmm.
Time being most important. So let's go, for those who can't see what's going on here, Shannon has before him some $1 bills, or at least things that will represent $1 bills. So $1 bill equals an hour. So let's go through just what normal people spend their time on or money on. So go ahead through there. An average person gets 8 hours sleep. Okay? So we're going to see in one day what we invest in. So take 8 off there. Okay? So another 8 hours goes toward work and school. Okay, that's the average, and these can be more, these can be less. Some of these will be conservative estimates. Some are based off of research done by the government. Okay, there's 1 hour, and on average, could be more or less, 1 hour is gone commuting to work. So going back and forth and work. So 1 hour gone.
1 hour.
On average, it could be more for Ricky, could be less for somebody else. 1 hour eating.
I eat fast. I inhale my food.
So that's gone. 1 hour of bathroom time.
Easily.
Okay. TV time is another $1.
Just 1 hour?
Yep. So take another on average. Take another half hour for communication, like texting, talking on the phone, chores. Oh, is it gone?
No.
He said half hour.
Oh, okay. Okay. So that's a half hour. Take a half hour for laundry. Okay, that's gone. So take 2 hours on average for social media and computer. Okay. So what are you left with?
$1.
And sometimes that $1 looks like this change
Sure.
because it's the leftovers. So usually what we give God is equal to the amount of change that we can scrounge up and find within a mattress or within a couch. So if you look at time in that way, what can we expect when we give God the change? When
The
we give God
leftovers.
the leftovers?
Not a whole lot in return.
Yeah, not a lot in
Yeah.
return at all.
But don't we expect,
Oh, yeah.
don't we expect more?
Yep.
Yeah,
when
we do.
When we put our time in everything just like that, and stuff that is normal for everybody, sleeping, working, we all do it, that's normal, but those things take up a lot of valuable time, and we need to do it, right? We need to eat and sleep, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the thing that should be the most important on staying, focused, on getting through all the noise and junk of life, staying on target with what God has created you to do, we wind up, and if you can hear the change, it's a good try. We bring him this, and this is just leftovers. This is just change. This is just what we can spare after investing in everything else. But our expectation is, God, still give me everything else. I'm going to bring you what's left over, but give me. So, I have a couple thoughts on that here. We have the same expectation as if we would give him more. So, think about this, because these have some really important things. There was an amazing miracle done where 5,000 or more people, or it was more, were fed by what?
5 loaves and 2 fish.
Basically the equivalent of a Happy Meal for
Yeah.
it was a kid's lunch.
Yeah.
Okay, so this kid, Jesus, sees all these people coming, and it's that time of the day. All the disciples are freaking out. How are we going to feed these people? We need to send them home and go eat. Jesus like, no, just have them sit. We'll take care of it. They're like, we have nothing. Even this and that, wouldn't take care of it. Some kid comes up, gives him, a meal that's fit for him, not fit, even for a lot of people. And Jesus says, yes, this is fine. This is great. We can use this. I mean, can you just imagine everybody's thoughts? I mean, what would we think if somebody, came up here with a chicken nugget and said, this is going to take care of all of us for a few hours? I mean, it's not going to happen.
No.
Right.
But Jesus, as he does, Jesus multiplies the investment.
Mm-hmm.
The kid did not keep anything.
Right. He gave everything that
He didn't even keep a portion. See, what we think is by keeping, everything in its a neat spot and giving God just little, that we're going to get big things, when the opposite is true in God's kingdom. That's keeping things keeps things small. The kid gave everything that he had, and Jesus multiplied that. So when it comes to getting through the noise and getting through the distractions, how does that fit? To get through the noise, get through the distraction, when we bring him these coins, the leftovers, what's our expectation of that?
We shouldn't be expecting a lot.
No. But when we say, God, I'm not going to give you the leftovers, I want to give you all 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And God's going to, he's going to say, use that for what? Working, use that for eating. But when God is giving all of that time, what we know in Scripture, that Jesus multiplies the investment. Jesus can use that exponentially in our lives to help get through the junk, to help get through the distraction.
Mm-hmm.
And so, it's just this blog is going to be on that. Hopefully, it'll be up this week. But I just think so many times we bring him very little but expect so much, and yet we are surprised that we're stuck where we are at.
Yeah.
Because the world has plenty of noise.
Yeah.
That's true.
Plenty of things to drown him out. But yet God's saying, hey, why don't you give me all of it and watch what I can do with it?
Mm-hmm.
But yet we want to keep it, and by keeping, we keep things small. I don't know, it's just really, I don't know, it's
That's powerful.
For me, in of itself, it hits me hard because, we all get that time, but that time is gone. I mean, I think about that with my girls. I have a 21-year-old daughter that's could be married the next year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking how little time I actually get with her
Right.
to pour into her life. And when that time's gone, I do not get that back.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to take time and invest in her.
Right.
Pour into her life, plus everybody else that God has put in mind.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, and that's going to be more impactful when I say, God, why don't you just take the whole thing? I'm going to give you all of it. You use it, and he's going to use it.
Mm-hmm.
For all these things, because God wants to be responsible, but in that, he's going to multiply things, in our lives.
Right.
So, I don't know. That's just kind of one thing, but hopefully that blog will be up and you guys can
Awesome.
read
Can't wait
that.
to
But,
read it.
but I don't know, kind of a powerful truth that needs to be applied.
Yeah.
A lot more, I think. But that's it. That's Seeable Truth.
A
for tonight.
Seeable Truth. Where's that blog going to be at?
It will be at www.thenerdoutcast.com
It'll be on that. All right. That's pretty
cool
awesome.
for real.
/Seeable Truth, I believe.
Yeah, that's cool.
Adding to that just a little bit. I think we all do the occasional self-evaluation of ourselves and self-evaluation of ourselves. Could have said that differently. And it really is. If you look at the amount of time that the distractions, like Stevie said, it's really easy to beat yourself up on, I sit down and watch an episode of anything and think, I could have been doing something to better myself or better somebody else, and it can make you feel like you're doing things wrong. I don't.
Right. Yeah.
But that's good. That's as long as you do these checks occasionally. Hopefully, it can kind of keep you going in the direction that you need to be going. And obviously, there are limits to everything. I mean, everybody's got to sleep and eat and work, and but it's good to hear it every once in a while to just kind of
maybe do a self-evaluation once a month or something, just to kind of recalibrate.
Because I think what everybody finds out is there is time that you can free up.
Always.
Yeah, I mean, God's never going to call anybody to go sleepless.
Yeah.
Or to not eat. So those things but there are so many things we say, okay, I'm going to give God this and or not give God this and do this, and yet think, man alive, that's A-okay, and God give me everything, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I'm completely guilty of that whole scenario right there. Like, the social media, the eating, sleeping, the movie watching, TV watching. I'm completely guilty of all of that.
Yeah, I mean, I love watching movies. I love watching shows, but to be honest with you, the past year I've given up 6, 7, or 8 shows that I used to follow every year because I don't. It's time that I want invested in some other things that I'd like to see happen. So eventually I hit those, but it's, I've had to let some things go, just to see a difference. Because the change that he wants is not this stuff.
No, the changes he wants is in us.
Dollars.
Yeah.
That's the dollars.
Dollar bills, y'all.
And just so everybody knows, Stevie's not like pointing fingers either. He means
no.
He means everybody, like all of us. We all need to change.
I did this to myself, and still, or every week trying to find ways that I could invest more.
Yeah, we all need to improve. So.
Some of us more than others. Sorry, I had to do that. Cut tension with the knife.
Filter did not kick in.
That's great.
No, we can edit that out. All right.
No, we can't.
You got more?
No, that's it. That's
good.
I'm trying to keep it short and sweet.
So, Scalf, what's the rundown for us this week?
Well, real quick, if you want to find out some more stuff, facebook.com/nerdoutcast. Post on our page, give us feedback, that sort of thing. Website, we've got a new website out, www.thenerdoutcast.com. We'll post our new episode on there every week. Send us some emails, give us some feedback over email, nerdoutcast4@gmail.com. Send us a voicemail if you want to be a part of the show, 812-297-8801.
Bam.
So we hope to hear from you.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Hey, don't forget, you guys can send in prayer requests if you want to.
Yes, that
yeah,
too.
please do.
Yep.
And
So
then
we can pray
for us
you.
too. You can pray for us too.
Please do.
We need it.
Please do.
Definitely. All right.
All
I
right.
think that's everything, right, Shannon?
Yep. All right. Then we will. We're gonna bow out of this week, and we will catch everyone in about another 7 days.
That's right. Keep your powder dry.
Boom.
My name is Sean. No, it's not. The S is silent in your world.
Wow.
So it's Luke Skywalker. Skywalker. No, he's from a different planet. Oh, okay. Yeah, pronunciation. Sorry. On Luke's planet, it's pterodactyl.